Welcome to MegaNet Gaming, and today's review is going to be on one of my childhood favorites, and that is Heretic. A game that over time has received mixed reviews, trending toward reviews everywhere from it being one of the best games ever made, down to a more average, slightly above average scores. It is developed by Raven Software and published by ID Software. It was produced by John Romero, and there's some other famous people also involved in the game. It uses the ID Tech 1 engine, known as the Doom engine, and is available for MS-DOS and Mac OS. Since it does run under under ZDoom and some of the other open source Doom engines that will play WAD files. As long as you have the WAD files, you can play it on a variety of platforms. It's released in North America in 1994, and it's a first-person shooter with single and multiplayer. Plot involves three brothers known as the Serpent Riders. They use their powerful magic to possess 7 kings of Parthoris, turning them into mindless puppets and corrupting their armies. There's some elves that resist the Serpent Riders' magic. Declared those elves heretics and wage war against them. And these elves are forced to take drastic action to set the natural power of the kings to destroy them, but at the cost of weakening their power, giving the Serpent Riders the advantage to slay the elders. One elf sets off on a quest during the retreat of vengeance against the weakest of the 3 Serpent Riders. So basically that's where you start. It's heavily based on Doom, and it uses the Doom engine, and just playing the game follows Doom very much. So let's go ahead and pull up the game. You have your standard options available. The sound effects are similar to Doom, and the weapon options are available as well. It's basically, in a lot of ways, it's basically fantasy-themed Doom. Except there are some additions added that are quite neat. You have an item inventory. You have the ability to look up and down. You also have a lot of levels with open space that give ample space to move around and dodge projectiles. You have well-hidden secrets that provide clues to where they're at for the most part, and they're in reasonable locations. This isn't Donkey Kong Country where you have to jump off every part of certain levels just seeing if there's a barrel hidden away. Like with the original Doom, there's a quality weapon variety and balance, with certain weapons being good in certain situations and others being good in other situations, with the weapons that are higher numbered on the keys tending to be better weapons in general. It's a good difficulty curve as you move throughout the game. Lower levels being easier, higher levels getting harder. And they did do a lot of work into implementing certain game mechanics to ensure that the game isn't broken, such as not allowing you to carry numerous items from your inventory into the next level, making bosses less vulnerable to certain weapons like the fire mace, etc. Now, all the weapons are fantasy-themed versions of Doom's weapon, including the fire mace, which isn't like the BFG that you know and love from Doom. It's actually more like let's see, why is this in map mode? That's odd. Let's figure out why this is in map mode. Yeah, we'll join in the game in a minute. But yeah, it's the Fire Mace, the strongest weapon. It's actually similar to the pre-release version of Doom's BFG, where it shot a number of small projectiles instead of one big projectile. Let's see how to get out of the map mode. There we go. Here's the gameplay. Look up, look down. These are some of your different potions. Here's one of your bad guys. You start off with this crystal, which... Oh yeah, and the aesthetics of this game, I love the aesthetics of the game. Which is a matter of preference whether you like it more than Doom or not. I actually prefer the fantasy theme. Yeah, the levels are well constructed. Even though the graphics are dated, they are interesting levels. You do have to watch your weapons to a degree, since there is a limited number of ammo. More so than Doom, where there is technically limited ammo in Doom, but it's plentiful. This game, not quite as plentiful, especially as you move into later levels. Could potentially end up in a situation in this game where you get to towards the end of a level and you're not able to kill anything. Just the lack of a fallback melee weapon is potentially an issue, but you should have something to be able to shoot out of your crystal. So yeah, basically what you have here is a very solid Doom clone of sorts, but it takes the Doom concept, adds an inventory, puts in a fantasy universe, and creates a game that, even though it plays a lot like Doom, has enough elements that are different. We need a yellow key for this door. It has enough elements that are different from Doom, where you really do feel like you're playing a different game. And in my personal opinion, which is more a matter of just personal taste, I actually prefer this game to Doom. I like the inventory system, I like the environment more. It's definitely creative. But yeah, see here how I need the yellow key. It's rather easy to find the yellow key. But as you advance, the levels do become much trickier. There's another enemy. This is a speed-runnable game. I'm running this in a window and it isn't the best game to run in a window, that's for sure. But it still runs with very little modifications necessary. Yeah, your fallback weapon here, your basic weapon is rather weak. So yeah, this is Heretic. It's a classic game that everybody should check out. I'm going to put it in not a perfect game, but I am going to put it in the gold egg category. It's definitely one, if you're a fan of this type of game, you should definitely check out. It's one of the best of the Doom clones available, if not the best Doom clone available. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please like, subscribe, and have a great day.